cruising on the way, yeah, I'm okay, boy. Today to day, and this gon' be another day, boy. Let's get this cake, boy. I'm getting paid, boy. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Hey, what up, everybody? This is Kyle from Infinite Hustle, My Crazy Media, Entrepreneur School, and Kyle Kilberg on social media and YouTube. I just want to say this is the importance of mentors, the video. And I got a couple things to say that I very much value and I have a lot of passion and respect towards. But before I get into that, I just want to say shout out to my little brother Chance. I really, really, really value the moments that we share together, even if it's just us having a simple conversation about life and moving forward in life. I love that. We very rarely just get to sit back and just discuss how we can make each other better people and some of the hardships that we've gone through in life. I just really, really want you to know how much I really care about and value those conversations. Those are the most important things to me in the world. Besides the life of my family and myself, stuff like that is more important to me than anything else. So I want CJ to understand that just today, having that 30-minute conversation or whatever it was the highlight of my day. It was the highlight of my week and the highlight probably of my month. I love you, little bro. I really am sorry that I haven't been your mentor. I want to thank my brother-in-law, Chris, for going above and beyond what he should be doing in life. And I want to give him major respect and take off some of the negativity that I previously had against him. I never really liked Chris, to be honest, because he would yell at my sister sometimes in front of me, and I only seen my sister 2 to 3 times a year sometimes. And if he was yelling at her, that's, to me, that's just mean, and I feel like that's unnecessary when I very rarely get to see my sister or spend time with her. And when I do spend time with her, you're going to yell at her in front of me. I think that's disrespectful, and I had a lot of hatred towards Chris because of that. But today, I totally reversed everything that I previously said and felt about Chris because I realized how important of a mentor he's been to my little brother CJ. I just want to say that I'm so very thankful that you decided to be my little brother's mentor and help him. Even if you're just a mentor for the time that you've been a mentor for him and he picks up a different mentor later on in life, thank you for the time that you spent with him. It really made a difference on his life. So we're going to get into this story and talk a little bit about mentors and the importance of mentors. Do you have a mentor? Do you realize that you've always had a mentor? Well, let me tell you, if you're learning something, if somebody's teaching you something, telling you something, or showing you something, they are your mentor. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to hear it or not, they are your mentor. There are mentors all over the world, and they're the most powerful people that will ever live. These people are leaving everlasting impacts on evolution of man and the descendant of man in an extreme way. If one person teaches somebody something and that person teaches his children that, and then his children teach their grandchildren that, that is power and that is great mentorship. And stuff like that needs to be more and more sought after every single day. So I want to get into my mentors and how I started in my early days with mentors. So as a child, I had a few different mentors throughout the years, but primarily, I looked up to my Uncle Joe, my dad, and my buddy Spencer. He was older than me. And I looked up to these people. I felt like everything they said and did was right, and they knew the answer to everything. And I followed their footsteps and listened to what they said, and I took what they said to heart. The things that they told me, even as a child, are still in my brain today. But the thing is I wasn't mentored by people who were potentially the greatest mentors for me. As I got older and I started to realize who these people were truly deep down, I realized that I picked the wrong mentors. My mentors picked me, to be honest, and we were put in the environments with each other, for a reason and because of the time and the place that we were in life. But if I could have went and just picked a mentor for myself now, it would have been somebody totally different. And I feel bad saying that because my dad is a great man, my uncle is a great man, and my best friend Spencer is a great man. They're all great people, they're all great fathers, and they're all some of the best people that I've ever met, but they're not great mentors to me. They were mentors and influencers to me my entire life, but they weren't everlasting mentors to me because the information that I've learned from them, I have to get rid of. I have to eliminate it from my brain, and I have to eliminate it from my paradigm. Otherwise, the mentorship that I give others is going to be tainted. Now let me thoroughly explain. Each one of these people that I discussed has issues that I do not want to discuss, and they're all individual. They have their own problems in life, and because I gravitated towards them as such a highly sought after mentor, their problems and their issues became part of my life and my problems and my issues. And I didn't realize at the time that that's how it worked, but if you make it like that, that's the results that you get. So I was literally putting myself on a path for failure, and I didn't even know it. Now we'll jump to the future, 2018. Hallelujah, I'm alive, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and I'm ready. You know what I mean? But it's because I found different mentors. I've learned the true importance and value of a mentor and the everlasting impact that they have on humans and the descendants of humans and the descendants of those descendants. Mentors are the most important people in this world. The reason mentors are the most important people in this world is because they're changing the youth, they're changing people's mindset, and they're changing people's path in life. Some people are unintentional mentors, some people are chosen mentors, some people are even paid mentors. Regardless of the situation, a mentor is a mentor, and they have an impact on the people that they influence daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and for a lifetime. As I got older and I started getting a little wiser, and I was going through my crazy days when people thought I was on drugs, and I call it my Rockefeller days because it was when I started realizing that I could be rich like Rockefeller. And I was going crazy because I wanted to do some very violent things, and hurt a lot of people and take a lot of money and put it in some different hands. I wanted to be the money changers. You know what I mean? I wanted to steal from the rich and give to the needy and take a little bit, but I'm not greedy. That's the kind of mentality that I had. But during that time, something changed and I evolved because I was influenced by different mentors. And the mentors that I picked up were honestly from YouTube. The people who to this day are my biggest and most influential mentors were free advisors on YouTube. They produce content on YouTube for free, and I watched that and it changed my life. That's right, a free YouTube video changed my life forever. It made me understand the importance of mentors. Now, as I get older and older, I realize I want nothing more than to be a great mentor. And it's not easy, and it's not something everybody can handle. There's a lot, of pressure of being a mentor. Everything that you do is scrutinized, and everything that you do can be influenced by those people who you are mentoring. So whether or not you have a negative day or a positive day, if you are exposing that to the people that you are trying to be a mentor to, that is conflicting information to the people who are being mentored. A mentor needs to be responsible. A mentor needs to realize that he has a relationship and a responsibility to the person they are mentoring, and that the things that they do and say in front of the people that they mentor will have an impact on their entire life. So that person has to set a proper example at all times. I wanted to be a mentor to Briar. I really did, and I felt like at one point in time, at the time I felt like I really was a great mentor, but now that I look back and realize and reflect, I wasn't. I was smoking marijuana. I was selling a little bit of marijuana and acting stupid sometimes. I was, irresponsible and rude to his mother. I just would say things and do things that were negative, and the example that I was leading in front of him was not proper mentorship. Now, like I said, we're back in 2018, and I've had an epiphany of the things that I want to do in this world and how I want to accomplish them. And you don't need to hear the full story, but understand that it involves, a lot of different aspects, but one of them is being a mentor. Since my brother passed away, I've took on the responsibility of being a mentor in Briar's life. I may not be the only mentor in his life. His mother's a mentor, and her significant other's a mentor, and my father may be a mentor. My little brother might be a mentor to him, and he might have some other mentors who he is influenced by. But I feel like I'm a mentor to him because I dedicate my time to teaching him things and being a part of his life and showing him things that I've done or learned or said. I want him to learn from my mistakes, and I want him to gain from my positive things and my positive gains. I want him to understand that when I made mistakes before, that it wasn't my bad mentorship, it was my practicing of becoming a real legitimate adult and parent who can lead by example and show that anything that or any situation that you're involved in could be changed if you put yourself in a different environment with a different mindset. Now I want to talk about a couple of my mentors, my biggest mentors, and give them a huge shout out and thanks, because I have much respect for them, everything they do and say, and everything that they are a part of, because the things that they have taught me and they teach me are so everlasting and so impactful on my life that I am never going to be able to be grateful enough. So the only thing I can do for them is make this video and pass on the information that they've given me. That's all I can do. I can never repay them for what they've done for me. The respect that I have for them is so high, and I value it so much that I can't even relate it to anything else. So I just want to say a huge shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk. He made me realize to not give a fuck about others' opinions, about my bad mouth sometimes, my negativity sometimes in certain aspects, my drive, my willingness to succeed, my dedication. You've taught me so much, and I'm very, very much appreciative, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. So I just want to say thank you, and I hope that you hear me out and understand this is coming from the bottom of my heart, that what you've done to me and the things that you've taught me have changed my life forever, and I hope that I can repay you by doing half of what you've showed me for another person. Bob Proctor, one of the best, 57 years in the business of creating wealth simply from your brain and understanding how the brain works, essentially, the economy, and every single thing there is to know about money. Bob Proctor taught me so many things that I can't even list nearly a millionth of them. And it hasn't really been that much, but that's how I feel that he's influenced me, and I feel like almost everything that he has to say or do or touch is going to be like a miracle to my life and have everlasting impact. Bob Proctor is an elderly man almost. I mean, he's in his 80s and 90s, so he's aged and seasoned compared to me. I'm 28, and he's, like I said, in his 80s or 90s, but that don't mean nothing. That's the best kind of mentor you could have, because he's lived his life thoroughly, and he knows exactly what to tell you and what not to tell you to end up where he's at. He is a multimillionaire with the ability and the claim that he can make anybody do and accomplish anything. And let me be the first to tell you that he was right, and that is an absolute truth. When it comes to life or death, maybe that is out of his realm of expertise, but when it comes to practicality and things that are real, this man can do it. He can help you accomplish it, and he knows what he's talking about. Sebastian Gomez, thank you very much for making me understand that a kid as young as me can be just as powerful and just as important as anyone else in this entire world if I want to be. You're not out there trying to put yourself on some type of pedestal and tell people that you're better than them or influence them with certain things that I feel are negative. You always have a very positive attitude, a very good outlook on life, and you really think like a genius. Your methods of drop shipping and earning income on e-commerce are truly remarkable, and I just value every moment that I spend in our webinars and the videos that I've seen of yours, because they're extremely, extremely valuable, and they present great leadership and mentorship in my life. I hope to be half the mentor you are. I really appreciate all you've done for me. Thank you, Sebastian Gomez. Warren Buffett, you're up next. I want you to realize it's because of you that I feel that I can accomplish anything that I want to accomplish. Anything. Anything in the world I feel like I can accomplish. When I told everyone I was going to be the richest person in the world, I felt like I could do it. I still feel like I can do it. Nobody else in the entire world probably would feel that way except for somebody like you. Somebody who's been there, been in my shoes, and who's done it. I truly am just in awe of your ability to earn income and scale businesses while not even using a laptop, computer, any type of internet device, or a calculator for that matter. You're making billions of dollars and don't even use a calculator for your mathematics. That is remarkable. It truly fascinates me how somebody from a small city with parents who didn't have very much income turned into the richest man in the entire world and owns half the entire globe's GDP. That is amazing. I just want to say to these mentors, thank you very much. You guys are truly great mentors. I have many other mentors like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Patrick Bet-David. There's so many to list. I can't even name them all. But just know that the list exceeds 10 or 20 different people. And some of these people were my mentor, and I would come to them for advice even though they had no idea that they were even mentoring me. That's the kind of power that a mentor has. They were changing my life and they never even met me. That is power. I want to say thank you for showing me how truly remarkable video content is and how impactful it can be on the lives of the viewers who watch that content or listen to that voice. That is a game changer in my life. Game changer. I really want everyone out there to realize that mentors are somebody that should be respected. They should be distinguished from others. They should be leaders and they should be role models for anyone that they come across. Whether or not they have to be or they don't, they do it anyways because they know it's right. Mentors are people who are influencing the future of the world. And like I said, some of the best, some of the most powerful are mentoring people and they don't even realize it. So, for anybody out there who's trying to become more successful in any field, what you do is you simply locate somebody who's involved in that field of study that you are seeking for. Find somebody who is very successful and you talk to that person and ask them what it takes for them to be your mentor, and have you get in the same position as them someday on if they follow your mentorship. Just like becoming a millionaire, you want to be a millionaire, you seek out to millionaires and find out which one will mentor you. It may cost money. It may. But it will be worth it. If somebody started a business with $5,000 or $10,000, and they turn that business into something that is worth $1 million, even if it took 5 or 10 years, that person has the knowledge to do it again. They are a powerful mentor. People like that are all over the world, and their voices have been continually growing, but not at a fast enough rate. Too many kids out there are doing the kinds of things that I was doing and being mentored by people who they shouldn't be mentored by. People who use narcotics, people who drink alcohol, people who smoke cigarettes, people who lie and cheat and steal. I'm not saying that those people are all bad people. They might be the best person that just has some negative things that they do. But that's not a good mentor. A mentor is always a good leader and has a responsibility to the people that they influence. So make sure that when you're seeking out for a mentor, you find the best mentor for you, and you make sure that no matter what they do, you can accept it as something that's going to be part of your life if you let it be. The things that they say and the things that they do are going to be the same things that you say and the same things that you do if you let it happen. If you see a negative person utilizing intoxicating substances and you value what they do and say, then that is how you are going to end up. I know this from firsthand experience because I've hung out with people and idolized people who were drug dealers and who made money from narcotics and used drugs, and I thought that was the thing to do and the person to be, and I found out, and I'm sadly mistaken, that it is not. Those type of people are toxic people who are doing the exact opposite as mentors. They're negatively influencing the youth rather than positively benefiting their lives. Teachers, I want to go next to teachers. Shout out to every teacher in America and the rest of the entire globe. You are heroes. Every one of you. My Grandma Mary, you are a hero. You dedicated your life. You determined and established that you were going to be paid for a particular amount of money, which wasn't much, to mentor youth and teach youth things that need to be taught to that youth. You were given a responsibility to set an example by teaching them a particular class, teaching them a particular skill, teaching them how to act. The things that teachers do for children last forever. They teach their children, and their children teach their children, and the path continues on forever. So some of the most influential people are teachers in a classroom who are influencing kindergartners or fourth graders for the rest of their lives. Whether or not they only taught that student for 1 year, they could be an everlasting impact on that person's life and future. So if you're going to talk about mentors, you must include a segment on how important school teachers are everywhere. They are the backbone to the development of our youth and the evolution of our man. I hope that everyone out there understands the true importance of mentors. I hope that everyone out there puts themselves in a position where they're influenced by only the proper mentors and they take advice from only proper mentors, because if given the opportunity from a great mentor, a great student can be created. And if a great student can be created, then a great student can teach others the things he's learned, and that is power. This is the importance of mentors. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a mentor, and if you don't, I hope you seek out to one immediately. Mentors make minds great. Find a mentor, follow a mentor, be a mentor, influence, 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 influence. The world needs more mentors. Thank you to everyone who's ever been a mentor to me. I hope I can be half the man and half the mentor that the people who I've looked up to are, and I hope that I can lead by example and show the next generation or the people who come across my path the exact same things that I've learned, or maybe even things that are on the next level or the next step. I really want to be somebody who can do everlasting things to children's lives and other people's lives, and not because of a spiritual or religious agenda, by no means. It's just because I want people to be wiser and smarter, and I want people to be thinking about the future and caring about the things that they know and value. And if they can be taught and coached and led by a good mentor, then maybe they will pass on the torch and become a mentor themselves. Thank you to all the mentors across the globe. You are very much appreciated. We love mentors.